Bro, we need to talk. She sent you this video because she's scared, and she doesn't know how to talk about this with you. If you pull away after intimacy, I need to speak to you for a second. Not to call you out, not to psychoanalyze you, not to tell you that you're doing something wrong. Just man to man. Because a lot of us do this. We get close, something real happens, we open up physically or emotionally, and then the next day something inside us just shuts down. And it's not because we don't care, it's because the closeness feels like pressure. And if you've ever felt that switch flip inside you where you've gone from warm to distant without meaning to, you're not alone. So what's happening inside you when you pull away? Well, a lot of men don't pull away after intimacy because they're cold or manipulative. They pull away because closeness triggers expectation and emotional responsibility. Inside, it feels like, well, she's attached now, so I have to show up. If she needs something from me, what if I fail? Well, this suddenly feels very serious. If she feels more than I do, then I'm gonna hurt her. So instead of talking about any of that, men withdraw. Not because they don't care, but because they don't know what to do with the pressure that follows closeness. And if that's you, I get it. I've been that guy. I'm going to let you into why I did this. I did it because I didn't feel worthy. For a long time, I used to pull away after intimacy because deep down, I didn't think I deserved the woman I was with. I felt like she was doing me a favor by sleeping with me. And when you believe that, intimacy doesn't feel like a connection, it feels like a debt. Like now you owe her. Now you have to prove something. Like you suddenly have a role to play that you never agreed to. And when you carry that belief, withdrawal feels like self-protection. But now I realize something different. When you know your own worth, intimacy stops feeling like a transaction and starts feeling like a choice. You're not being chosen by accident. You are choosing each other, and that shift matters. Now for the truth. She needs less than you think. Here's the part most men completely misunderstand. You think intimacy means she now expects more from you. You think that because she feels closer, she wants a label. More commitment, constant communication, a relationship by default, or emotional responsibility that you're not ready for. But most of the time, she actually needs far less than you imagine. She doesn't want to own you. She doesn't want to trap you. She doesn't want to take anything from you. Keeping in touch after closeness doesn't drown you in responsibility. It soothes her nervous system so she doesn't feel abandoned. She just needs to know that she wasn't used. It tells her she wasn't a mistake. And that's not obligation. That's reassurance. So let's talk about what she experiences when you withdraw. When you go silent after closeness, she doesn't think he just needs space. She thinks he regrets this. He used me. He's punishing me for caring. I did something wrong. He's already planning his escape. And when her anxiety spikes, she reaches out more, not to control you, but to stop the free fall that she's in. You feel that as pressure, she feels your silence as abandonment. You are both hurting from the same moment, but in opposite ways. If you guys are in the early stages, first few weeks, no labels, pulling back is often about identity. If I stay close, she'll assume this is a relationship. Well, I don't want to mislead her. I'll disappoint her later if I don't stay invested. So you withdraw to avoid leading her on. But what you forget is that the silence hurts more than honesty. What she needs at this stage isn't commitment, it's context. You can literally say, I really enjoyed last night, but I want to take this slow. I'm still getting to know you. That alone prevents 90% of the pain she feels. Maybe you guys are in a more established relationship. When you've been seeing someone for months, withdrawal after intimacy isn't about expectations, it's about emotional regulation. Closeness activates fear of losing yourself, fear of reliance, fear of being seen for who you really are, fear of being depended on, and fear of needing her back. Men don't just fear commitment, they fear being vulnerable to someone they could love. And that's not avoidance, that's self-protection. But disappearing without communication still hurts her, and it creates a cycle. You pull back. She panics. She reaches in. You feel pressured. You run further. She feels abandoned. And all the while, the trust between you erodes. Now, someone has to break that loop. So, what do you do instead of disappearing? Well, you don't have to text constantly. You don't have to define the relationship. You don't have to have all the answers. But you do need to stay emotionally present. And here are some sentences that will help. Hey, I really enjoyed last night. I just need some time to decompress today. Sometimes I get overwhelmed by intimacy, but I need you to know I'm not going anywhere. I don't need distance. I just need a slower pace. I want to let you know that I care about you. I just panic when things get real. Be direct, honest, grounding. These don't take away space. They make your space safe. So what do you do if you're the woman watching this? If you're watching this because you don't know how to say it to him, well, listen. You don't need to overfunction to keep him close. You don't need to chase to make him feel safer. And your needs are not too much. But giving him space does not mean abandoning yourself. Say things like, I don't need more from you, I just need consistency. I don't want to rush anything, I just need to know that you're still here. And space is fine, but silence, not so much. And if he refuses to communicate or repeatedly vanishes, that's not your job to fix. Clarity is mutual. Pulling away doesn't make you a bad man. And leaning in doesn't make her needy. Both of you are protecting yourselves in different ways. But staying present after closeness isn't a prison. It's how two people figure out what's real. You don't have to commit to anything that you're not ready for. You just have to stay in the room long enough to let the connection unfold. You are not being chosen by accident. You are choosing each other. Let it be real.